I am here. Hello. Oh boy, a new game. Indeed. Thank you for this description, Gibbs. In Egypt right now, it's like 35 degrees. I hope you are enjoying the cold. Back next week. It has been very cold, actually. I've had to change my bedding from kind of a thin blanket to a soft blanket. Have we got any news today? Yes, we do. Not that much. But we can talk about a couple of small things, I guess. This is going to be a quite, I don't know what the word is, subdued stream today, chat, because I'm at like 70% more Critical Role. Probably not today because there's no episode 3, but I will talk about that probably on the Monday, where I talk about episode 3 a bit. Right. The news segment. So, yes, Spoopytober continues, chat, with Heartworm today. I was actually wondering if I was going to be even streaming today, considering that I'm ill, but I was like, I'm well enough to do this, and then I don't have to think about doing it on the weekend. So, yeah, we'll get this done today, and then we'll do the finale of the Heartworm on Monday. After that will be the 2-stream series of Slay the Princess, and then the 2-stream series of Beside. Slay the Princess being a graphic novel kind of horror game where you're negotiating with a imprisoned princess who may or may not be a monster herself. You don't know. And then after that is Beside, which is a fake dating simulator game which combines a bunch of different genres in a very creepy way. I'm looking forward to that one quite a bit too because I've heard good things about that. But no, yeah, Heartworm today, a game that I've been wanting to play since it came out earlier in the year. I've heard good things about this. I've also heard reservations, but well, not anything bad necessarily. It's not like standing ovation like with Mouthwashing, for example, which I kind of wish I did stream now, but I didn't know how good it was going to be back last year when that game came out, because that game took everyone by storm, and I think it's still taking people by storm by how good it was. But no, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Heartworm. I like playing these indie horror games. I don't know what I'm going to do on the 31st of October stream, the Halloween one. I'll work something out. I was thinking of doing something simple, maybe some spooky art stuff. Nothing too scary, but we'll see. We need more D&D and VOT. I agree. I would love to see more D&D from the VOT, but it's very hard to organise because you need to get 6 people for that, and Rob has to do all that. As a DM myself for the last few years, and I will say the VOT is one of the reasons I got into DMing, was when Rob did his one-shot a while ago with the VOT, which was 3 years ago now. I was like, maybe I'll start my own game, and I did, and we're moving on to our second campaign in November. I'm just getting all the information I need for that. I'm also taking part in a Daggerheart campaign, which will be every Friday, hence why I'm changing this from Fridays to Thursday streams. It's sad. I like the Friday streams. It's nice to finish the week on a stream, but also it's not very practical anymore because not only have I got Daggerheart in the evening, I've also got Chinese spare ribs I want to get, so it's easier for me to do this today than it is tomorrow. If Pastry is streaming today, we can raid her after this as well, so that's also a benefit to streaming today. But yeah, that's kind of how scheduling is going to go, chat. Alongside that, I did my first Ninja Gaiden recording yesterday. I haven't actually had a chance to upload it to YouTube yet. I'll probably do that after the stream tonight. Mixed thoughts so far. Now, I like Ninja Gaiden a lot. I like the 3D games. I really like Ninja Gaiden 1, despite how annoying some parts of that game was. And 2 was good. I think 2 was a lot more streamlined, but I kind of miss the kind of more open nature of Ninja Gaiden 1. And 2 was very much a case of, it's the game, but linear now, and the bosses suck. You're going to love fighting the enemies, but the bosses are going to be complete wank. basically, my biggest issues in Ninja Gaiden has been a thing through all the games. Camera. Every move requiring position and not lock on, because you can't lock on to enemies. You just end up just missing every single one of your moves when you're trying to hit something. The boss design being basically terrible in almost every instance, where they have grappable moves that take like 2 seconds to come out, that kind of thing. And alongside that, Ninja Gaiden 3 is creator prices have gone up. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a second as well. When Ninja Gaiden 3 that is kind of the summit of the issues for me. It's really bad in some spots. It does what 2 does, where it's very linear, but it's also very scripted sequences. With 2, there was like big corridors of enemies. That's the best part of Ninja Gaiden. But 3 has this like obsession with making every single moment an action piece, an action set piece that just isn't fun. Which sucks, because I've heard people like this game a lot. That people like the remake of this game a lot, but I don't. Yeah, I don't like it so far. Hopefully it gets better, but I don't know. Yeah, fingers crossed on that. And yeah, as Friend has just said in chat, I have increased the Krita point redemption, mainly because I realized that you get quite a fucking great deal for a full stream of Krita. So basically, Krita's got up to 30,000 for the usual art piece, which is still less than Maelstrom's. Maelstrom's is 40,000. I'm not saying that to kind of boost myself up like this, make it cheaper. Well, that's why I'm not making it cheaper, because I only stream twice a week now, and that very much has issues when I'm trying to do certain games and getting them complete. So you will get more bang for your buck if you do it. It's fun. It is fun for 30,000 channel points. I've also increased the price of the YouTube redeem. That's gone from 2,500 to 5,000, because that's 10 minutes of my time. And chat, if you do your maths, YouTube takes 10 minutes, that's 5,000. Krita is 30,000, that's for 60 minutes. It kind of works out like that. Inflation, I know. Streamer inflation. I shouldn't have said that. Damn you, Trump tariffs. Yeah, the tariffs have unfortunately mean I've had to increase the price of my channel point stuff. That's definitely the case. Right, let's do guess the game, and then we'll get into some Heartworm. That's a hell of a thing I just said. If you wonder what the music is, chat, in the background right now, this is from a game called Hollow Body. It came out last year. It's kind of a Silent Hill-like. I thought it was fine. It was very average. It had some cool stuff in it, but it was very and it just kind of ended. I can't hear the music. You should be able to hear the music. It's very faint. It is playing though. You should be able to hear it. Hear nothing? Okay, hold on. It is playing. I don't hear music at all, but now then. Okay, I'll better turn it up a little bit then. People can't hear it. I'm just scared that the next track is going to be really loud. Right, guess the game. It's like a booming sound. Yeah, it's like ambience. It's not necessarily music, just ambience in the background. Which is good. It's good ambience. You get a bunch of good Silent Hill music from Silent Hill fan games. Right. I don't know what this is. Frequency. Looks like a very old game. PS2, 2001. Okay, it's not the oldest game in the world, but it's still old. This looks familiar. Does it? No, it doesn't actually. What is this game? Rain? It looks cool. It's a puzzle adventure game developed by Japan Studio and published by Sony Computer Entertainment. The game tells a touching and mysterious tale of a boy who becomes invisible while chasing a girl for a rain-soaked city, inhabited by eerie, unseen creatures. Man, I wish there were more games like that these days, not just trying to catch trends. It's still not overwhelming though, like you're much louder than the ambience. I think this is okay. Okay. This looks very generic. Speaking of generic, the Technomancer. Good. I love it. Chat, that is a good point though. Like, I miss when like big AAA games or games of a decent budget try to do their own fucking thing and weren't just tracing trends. That's why Expedition 33 is so good, because it has a lot of RPG mechanics in it that are inspired by other games, but it has its own really interesting, unique story, and it does a pretty good job of fleshing that out. But nowadays, games don't try anymore. They just copy other story elements and just do whatever they want with that. Like, if you're going to copy story elements, the least you can do is make the gameplay interesting then and different. But no, it's just always the same thing. That's why Assassin's Creed games don't really interest me compared to, you know, indie games or smaller scale games like Expedition 33, for example, because they just do the same thing, just in a different setting, a different coat of paint, and the coat of paint isn't different enough for me to care, really. I think Ghost of Tsushima and Yotai are different because they feel like they're really getting you into that setting. And while Tsushima didn't really tell the most original story in the world, it told it really well. Right. We're gonna get in the heartworm chat. Again, it's a weird thing to say, but that is what we're doing.